What is up, monsters? Real Monsters here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're hopping into Twin Mirror. So, I don't know much about this game, but from what the trailers were kind of alluding to, is it seems like it's a very Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls type of game where it heavily relies on like your choices and how you go about and find certain things throughout the world that they give you and everything like that. So without further ado, let us go.
Skies are finally clearing up after a light rain fell most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in, folks. This is 104.3 WBCK, the Bass your host, Carrie Hammond. Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Wick will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting.
Yeah, put that CD in, baby. Dude, oh, this game is so beautiful. This is beautiful.
My bed don't weigh the same.
It's absolutely amazing.
Change my clothes and wash my.
Better stop that train. The controller's vibrating like a mother.
Does the well go down that low? Let me breathe and I'll let you go. I knelt down in desperation. I felt around for something real.
So maybe like our brothers.
There's a radio station.
Oh my gosh.
I'm playing wrong.
This is beautiful. This is fucking beautiful.
Keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
Ooh. Loving the song though.
Keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
What? Okay. Good songs from West Virginians. What's funny is it's not even a joke. I don't even know why I'm laughing. John Denver. Love John Denver. West Virginia. Meow. Good song. I've actually done a cover of that song with one of my old roommates back in Florida. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. That's nice. It kind of looks like he's wearing before the suit. Oh my gosh.
Might as well spend it here.
It looks like he's even wearing the suit from Detroit Become Human. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay, can I like walk past her?
Funeral isn't for a while, and I'm not gonna walk into town.
No, I'm trying to walk over there. Okay. Alright, well. Boy, you sure? Oh, duh, there's a freaking long walkway.
This place was always
No
one for
littering.
decisions.
Okay.
Somewhere for things to fall apart. Welcome back to Basswood, Sam.
Yeah, welcome back, Sam. Company made sure we knew how generous they were. Okay. So this is some sort of people thing. No littering. Okay. Oh. Looks like that trash
I
can's
came up
kinda
here every
full.
chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big.
Nice little fire. Yeah. Hey man, small towns have a lot of charm. It really does, especially if like you're not 100% from a small town. Like, yeah, the town that I grew up in was small, you know, but it was still like the suburbs. Like, we were still like not that far from New York, like New York City. So it wasn't like I grew up small town like what you see in like movies and stuff like that. All right.
I'm not sure
Cemetery.
Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things.
How did you leave things?
I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick.
Dude, this isn't even really that small of a town. That's kind of big. Maybe it's like small
My
town vibe just
hometown.
because
It felt more
there's, like,
imposing in
nobody
my
else around.
nightmares. Strange to think of Basswood without its mine.
Interesting. Sucks. Ruined. Closed. Okay. Found a view of Basswood. Traveled through West Virginia. Founded 1865, a small mining town quickly grew along with the coal industry. At its peak, Basswood produced more coal than any town in West Virginia, with the Basswood mine being one of the most consistent coal mines in the U.S. Basswood is also a wonderful place to simply let nature be nature outside of the Appalachian Trail, which it's hundreds of miles hiking trail. With its hundreds of miles of hiking trails. I swear I can read, people. A perfect example of the true West Virginian way of life. Basswood is both a reminder of its past and a glimpse into its bright future. Wow. Okay. I literally just read that. Okay. You know, dude, this is a nice little town, though. Wow, now it's all blurry. Yeah, this is a nice little town. You know, it's when I was thinking small town, that's not what I think of. That's kind of big. You know, because you got that, then you got the bridge, and then you got all this, and then you got it even goes all the way back there. Like, sure, there might not be much there or anything, but I don't know if I'd consider that a small town. Warning sign, because a sign protects better than sturdy
You'd think the
railings.
massive cliff face would be a giveaway.
Classic. Okay. So we're playing the hardened dude. Directly connected to the emergency.
I get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here.
Interesting. Okay. Wildlife sign. Okay. Let's see.
These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone.
Appalachians.
Some of these species are endangered. She wrote an article about it.
She? West Virginia's scenic mountain forests are home to deer, flying squirrels, which is dope, red foxes, adorable, field mice, rabbits, and cave bats, among other animals. Bobcats, wild boars, and even black bears have been seen all over the state. Even very remote farmsteads have occasionally sighted the eastern cougar, puma concolor, on the prowl. Huh, interesting.
Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal.
Let's see. Hunting rules. When hunting, carry with you any and all required permits and license. Do not hunt while under the influence of alcohol. You can be under the influence of anything else, just not alcohol. Hunting is forbidden between half an hour after sunset and half an hour before sunrise. Okay. No hiking sign. Trail closed 3 years ago due to landslide. Okay. Food locker. Keeps hikers and hunters safe from bears. Gotcha. So they what? Just put their food in there instead? Instead of trying to have it like hang from the trees or whatnot, right? If I remember correctly, that's what it was supposed to be. You're supposed to like
I used to
hang
love
from
looking
trees.
at basswood from up here.
Treeses.
Helped give me perspective. Until that day.
Until what day? What day are you talking about, buddy? What day? Oh my god, are we recreating it? Holy shit, dude, this is so cool. Holy crap.
Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind?
What? Oh, that's so dope. Well, that's not.
Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
Huh. Damaged track led to derailing. Okay. Okay, well, I can't see that. What's this? Dude, this is very Detroit Become Humanish. Optimal shot angles. Okay, so they're talking about pool angles. Is that gas? Or is that a vending machine? You know what? Nope, I was wrong on both accounts. Remember.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died. I'll never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
Dude, what a shitbag. Okay, well, what issues were we going through then?
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
I had never met someone so interested in others. Even in me.
Aw. So I'm assuming that was the person that texted us? Or maybe that was our goddaughter?
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just...
Our godson?
people around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
I heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening.
That's kind of fucked up. I heard you, but I wasn't paying attention. I heard you, girl, but I don't fucking care. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Yeah, I remember.
Come on, Anna, look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it.
Oh, wow.
Sam,
trying to be romantic.
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're proposing.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma. Okay, the silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
But did she love us? So she turned us down. That's probably when everything else went sour.
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
I wonder if Bug is our... Return to the car, you've wasted enough time. Okay. So Anna, Anna, the one that got away. Would my whole life be different had she said yes? Seeing her again, that's going to be hard, yet part of me is looking forward to it. The rest of me wants to turn around and leave now. Okay, so I got no mementos for her. Me. I left Basswood 2 years ago to run away from a job at a small-time newspaper, a town full of angry people, and a failed relationship. I didn't glance back. Now I'm going home to attend my best friend's funeral. What could be more fun than facing your past mistakes at your friend's graveside, right? That's kind of a fucked up way of looking at it. Nick's been my friend since we were kids, my only friend. I ghosted him 2 years ago when I left Basswood, and now he's ghosting me by being dead. Well, that's kind of fucked up way of looking at it. Investigation. Okay, so I'm a journalist. Gotcha.
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best. On the bright side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again. Sorry, Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around.
Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane and then you're gone? I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world. Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Wait, what? I don't have to do it alone? Huh. At least you don't have to do it alone. Are you still coming? I really hope we can, I really hope you can make the wake. It'll be at the Haven. Nick won't care? No, oh no, I wouldn't say that. Nick is supposed to be like our friend, and he made us the godfather of his child. No, I'm almost there.
Lost the signal. Some
Lost
things never
signal.
change.
Some things never change, okay. And I'm still not going anywhere. Come on, bro, get a move on. You got people to see. I don't care if you X out everybody else, but he's got a child, man, that you're the godfather to. You need to be doing godfather duties. Not, hey, I think we need to... Not godfather duties. Godfather duties. Not the godfather. You know, you need to be doing godfather duties. You know, making sure that they're alright. They just lost a parent, man. You just lost a friend who you ghosted, you dickbag. Come on. Do work. Okay. Finally. Miners Haven. Did it say where we moved to? Oh wow, did we just show up mad late? That's a nice unbranded car though. Kinda looks like a Kia. Oh, Nick's daughter. Can't imagine what she's going through. Yeah, I know. Oh, give me some choices, buddy.
You actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Aww.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
So you let her get into the driver's seat? She's like, what, 12? Damn, dude. You gonna let her into the
You
driver's
left.
seat?
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
Let me explain. Oh, man. Saying sorry is not... Let's not talk about this. No, because that's not fair to her. Obviously, she's mad. You're the godparent. She's obviously mad. So let's not talk about this. Is not the way to go. Let me explain. She's probably not gonna like your explanation anyway. So I'm sorry. It's probably the best way to go.
Look, Joan, I messed up.
You said you wouldn't leave. You said... I don't remember exactly, but you pinky swore.
I didn't mean to lie. I just screwed up. After Anna broke up with me, I'm sorry. I wish words meant anything. I wish this didn't make it harder for you to trust me now.
You could have at least called something, especially after... You know, after my dad.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead?
What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything.
An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation?
A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself.
This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on,
Friends don't lie to each other.
even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Oh, man. Ah, balls, dude. Oh, damn, man. Because... Oh, look at those big eyes. Okay, so the guy that we're seeing, he kind of looks like Nick. So, like, he died, we're dealing with the grief, and so we're seeing him, maybe? Or maybe it's like a Mr. Brooks type of situation, like the movie, although his alter ego happened to be, like, a darker side to his serial killer self. Oh man, keeping her out of it would keep her from harm in case I do find something. But then at the same time, oh, balls, dude. I don't want to say no and then just let her down altogether. Alright, I'll say I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
Okay. I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but...
You want to know for sure. I get it.
Thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there, too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do.
Oh, that's cute.
See you inside.
Oh, man. Keeping her out of it may have been... Because what if I do find something out and then it puts her in danger? Then I'm a shitbag. But then at the same time, like, I didn't want to say no and then hurt her feelings, though, either. Oh, man. That really put me in a pickle. And that's, like, the first fucking thing that it had me, like, question. Okay, so it's not the guy. I don't know who it is. Oh, man. Well, he says everything is clear in his mind. So... is he like... I don't know. Alright, journal updated. Alright, go inside the bar. Okay, here we go. So Sam... Alright, so... The same town, same doubts and contradictions. Face it or escape it. Or escape it? This time I made a different decision. The temptation to embark on another investigation leading to nothing but pain was too strong to resist. Am I doing this for Joan, for Nick, or for myself? Okay, well, I guess we'll find out. Alright, of all people I hurt when I left Basswood, Joan is the one who least deserved it. She was just a kid and my goddaughter, okay? But it's a tough job to be a lonely kid's only friend. I couldn't hack it. Now that her dad died, things aren't going to get any easier for her. Angry, hurt, stubborn. Hard to believe Joan was the one who nicknamed me Molly. Okay. Not that I'm looking for an excuse. I made a promise to a child that will break her heart whether I keep it or not. What if she's right about her father's death? What will that do to her? And what if I can't give her the answer she's hoping for? Okay. So that's the thing. Is so if I don't find all the answers, then I can just say, you know, this is what it looks like. This is what it was. This is what I got. Oh, man. I didn't want to put her in a bad place, though. Cold feet. Reunion with Joan. 86%. Okay. So, 86% of people who've already played this game promised Joan that they'd ask some questions about her father's death. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to like, you know. Kathy's car. Her car is older than her daughter. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the mom. Kathy. Alright, Kathy, I am sorry. Basswood police car. The force has seen better days.
Might as well talk to Walter.
Tara's
I'll have to
car.
sooner or later.
It seems most of the Basswood Jungle Crew is in attendance. Don't know what that means. Alright. Everything has to be a reference to the mine.
Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes, it
Former
is,
boss,
Mother.
friendly as
Trust me.
ever.
Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years? Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug. It's a Basswood back in town requirement. So good to see you. Even if I wish the circumstances were different. In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others. At least I do.
Alright. I don't want to be like a humongous dick to everybody.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. If you get the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
Okay, well, that was suspicious. That was super suspicious. What is up with this? Soft? Soft. They got soft cola. Gotta love me some soft. Oh, so I could take a newspaper, but I can't take a soft cola?
Since I left. I wonder how they've been doing without me.
Local legend honored today. Alright. Earlier this week, our dear colleague Nicholas Waldron, passed away in a tragic car accident. He will be set to rest tomorrow at Haven's Gate Cemetery. Before his family, friends, and co-workers share a drink at the Coal Miners' Haven to honor the memory of a dearly departed friend. Longtime readers will no doubt recognize his name, as there have been days when it was a byline of over half the articles littering this plucky paper. Nick was loved by his family and colleagues. He survived by his daughter Joan, who we met, and his ex-wife Kathy. Okay, continue on page 3. Okay.
Must have been a hard issue to write.
Ooh, journal. Go inside the bar. Okay. Okay. You don't often make it to the front page of a newspaper with good news. Not even in Basswood. Car crash. Walter did a good job on the obituary. That he did. Alright. Walter, my old boss at the paper. I'd say he taught me everything I know, but given my track record, that wouldn't be much of a compliment. Ha ha ha! I always thought Walter was a decent sort, the rare breed who truly believes his job is to serve the community. Seeing the old joker was nicer than I expected. He does kind of look a little shady. Oh man, I was happy to share a hug with Walter. 10%. Oh, come on, people. Come on, people. Walter's not that bad of a guy.
Ugh, I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready for this. Okay. Here we go. Not ready for this. I gotta be. Okay, so Walter, suspicious. I'm suspicious of Walter. Anna, don't know. Haven't met her. She did turn me down, though. but I don't think that had anything to do with her in particular. Nah, the ex-wife, huge possibility. Especially in like murder cases, it's usually somebody that they know. It's usually a significant other. Something went down. Could be the ex-wife. I'm not ruling anything out. My mom watches a lot of IT. Alright.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires, but that mean you couldn't leave town. And you are leaving town right after this, right?
I'll let it
As
slide.
if you aren't. Well, Nick's memory only goes so far. That's what I thought.
Come on, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I literally
Making
just
friends
looked at a
already, I
cop
see.
that was there. Yeah.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Wow. Just here for
I'm only
Nick.
here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Shame that. You watch yourself.
Okay.
I
So
think it's time I
obviously,
go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right?
what I think happened is I wrote a story and it pissed everybody off. Can I steal anything from the purse? No. Okay. Walter.
I didn't know you read
Hey.
Dickens either.
What up, either? Hey, what up, people?
I can't believe you showed up.
Hey, Johnny.
Sammy.
Oh, hey, what's up,
Been
woman?
ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
Took a lot of research. What'd you think of it? Took a lot of research.
Took reading thousands of public records, but a pattern emerged of willful negligence.
You are a bulldog. A dangerous man to anyone using power to exploit others.
That's nice of you to say.
Now, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
He looks suspicious. That's the ex-wife. Okay. All right. Let's.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce, but anyone can see she's taking his death hard. Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
I'm as surprised as you are. I don't know. It's kind of a dick's thing to say. My condolences for Nick. It's good to see you. Yeah.
I know you two haven't been together for a long time, but I'm still sorry.
We hadn't been close in years, but he was my daughter's father. I'll miss him. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
Hard to make promises. I don't do well with those in Joan.
I've noticed.
but I'll try.
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. Pin the photo.
Sorry we lost touch.
I didn't pin it though.
Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy. This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. He was more her best friend than a dad. Look at us.
Yeah, there's the one that I put up.
Wonder who took that picture. We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend. Happier times. Bug was so small back then. Those two were a great team.
Damn.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
That wasn't
Yeah,
the reason
so
I left town.
Oh, you think it was that girl of yours? You left because the town hated your guts.
Really? What the fuck is this? It's not
That
wild.
wasn't the reason I left town.
Oh, you think it was that girl of yours? You left because the town hated your guts.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you been.
Man, this guy's kind of a dick. Things have been great. No, that's fucking weird. It's been rough, honestly. This guy doesn't care. You know what? Fine. We'll answer honestly.
If you must know, I still haven't bounced back from when Anna and I broke up.
I think you mentioned she broke up with you. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, that's how I ended up in this shit town. Chasing a woman. Yeah, then she left and I got stuck here with 2 kids. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked. Speaking of which...
That must be Anna. Anna. Oh, she's a musician too.
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, 'tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
That's how she ended the song? That was the song? Well, that wasn't an ending. Did she not finish the song? Alright, let's see. Attend the wake. Okay. Oh my god. There's a lot of people. Dennis. Dennis is the IT guy at the paper I used to work for. I remember him as a bitter and mean-spirited guy, a loner with not many friends in Basswood. So am I, but it doesn't mean we're kindred spirits. Yeah, that guy's a douche. Hugh. Hugh is new in town, but it seems like he knows how to fit in. Then again, as the town pharmacist, fitting in is part of his job. Still, it's decent of him to have come to Nick's wake. He looks suspicious. Tara, the office administrator of Basswood Jungle, is the proverbial weird coworker. Yep, definitely got that. She likes everyone and everything. Dinosaurs, romance novels, evangelical TV, conspiracy theories, rice cookies, unusual street names, you name it. She'd talk about it for hours. Okay, what a weirdo. Declan. Declan's the local law enforcement. I vaguely remember him from school. He used to get into a lot of fights, usually to protect smaller kids. Okay. No one was surprised that he became a cop. Okay, good. Good on him. Okay. Joel. All the miners in Basswood lost their jobs when the mines closed. I know better than to provoke them. Yep. Which is why I didn't. Kathy and Nick married young and divorced quickly. I'm not sure she's ever really liked me, though I was their daughter's godfather, or maybe that just made things worse. Okay. Let's see. Sheriff Mitchell, Anna, Darts, Kathy, Declan, Dennis. Let's see the Sheriff Mitchell dude. Can I talk to you? Okay.
But no more than 3,000 milligrams.
I guess I gotta talk to you.
I thought it was 4,000.
Used by garage bands. Ethan tries to support the local scene. Alright. What's up, girl? That was a beautiful voice. Bad ending to a song.
Sam!
But beautiful voice. Oh. Sure. Hug her back. Why not? No hard feelings. She turned me down.
I've missed
It's not
you.
entirely her fault.
Why did it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
It wasn't because hurts to come back. True. I'm here now. Yes, but that's a bad answer. I would say it hurts to come back.
I won't lie. It really hurt coming back. I stopped by Lookout Point on the way here.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds. The old-timers gave me hell when I came in, too.
People around here have short tempers,
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster.
Oh.
It wasn't your fault.
Oh. Oh, so I wrote a story exposing the mine, and this entire town is based off of the mine. So I helped close it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll tell that to everyone else. Yeah. I know. I didn't help. Tell that to everyone else. I know I didn't help. Tell it to everyone else. Tell it to everyone else kind of seems weird. Tell it to everyone else, like, oh, they're pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Doesn't make it easier, though.
It's gotta make it a little easier. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
You and Nick were together?
Yeah. That's, you two must be so hard.
Are you okay? You knew about us, right? He said he was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I knew, but knowing and, knowing are different.
Yeah, I guess they are. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Was Nick murdered? No.
It's hard for me to really
asking
just wrap my
questions
head around
around the wake and everything. That is
Smart.
not the way to go
Don't
about
rock
things.
the boat when the person in the boat just lost a loved one.
It's big. I can't get my head around it either. His stuff is all over my house, but he's just missing. Things without an owner. Most of it I'll probably give to Joan and Kathy, throw away. I don't even know. Sam, I'm tired, and if I'm gonna drink and cry, I want to do it alone. I played that stupid song like I told myself I would. He said, or he used to say, it made him ache. I did it, and I'm going home. We need to catch up, though. Let's meet for coffee tomorrow and talk. Really talk. 9:30?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be at the cafe across from the paper. Christina's. It was honestly nice seeing you.
And
Samuel,
the plot thickens.
Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or
And
three.
the plot
And then I'll go.
thickens. Kathy Hugh. I don't like this Hugh guy. Okay. Talk to Anna, drown your sorrows with Walter. Well, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Okay. So... Oh, here we go. Seeing Anna again threw me for a loop. So much that I didn't even ask her about the circumstances of Nick's death, but afterwards I got the feeling that it was for the better. It was. You don't just go up to people at, like, you know, somebody's wake and be like, hey, was you murdered? No. If it comes up, like, somebody like says something, like Joan was like, hey, you know, this sounds weird, it doesn't make sense. Sure, that is fine. I'm not just gonna go up to people and be like, hey, do you think he was murdered? No, like, that's not the fucking smart thing to do. Alright. Anna and Nick talk about cliches. The moment I left Basswood, my best friend and my ex get together. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how to take this, but in a strange way, it's also the thing we have in common. Anna's the only person who knows what it feels like to have lost Nick. I don't know. Okay, I still definitely do not think she had anything to do with it. I think she might have some information of maybe like what he was, what I'm assuming, what I'm thinking is he was writing or he was starting to dig up about something and he was offed is what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking this dude, Mr. Howard Hugh over here, had something to do with it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Hugh had something to do with it.
That's the guy who got the mine closed.
Yeah,
So tragic what happened to Nick. The details are horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death. Not enough to damage the bones, but, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
It's alright.
It's all right, Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems. I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around.
Okay, so that was pointless. She sucks. Fuck her.
I didn't know you read Dickens either.
Not really. You just quoted him a couple of times tonight.
Walter can be overwhelming at times, but he means well.
Then you should read Great Expectations. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Samuel. Join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Oh, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Walter might be
he'd
able to
been
give
coming
me
in
some
a lot lately.
information, too.
Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
No, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
He had things I didn't. He was a good dad, mostly. We hadn't talked in 2 years. Drink. I don't want to talk bad about him, but yeah, we hadn't. So that's.
I don't know. I hadn't spoken to him in almost 2 years. I cut this whole town out of my life, and now it's like I'm a stranger.
This place is in your blood. It's like an old glove. You have to give it time. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age, and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the
Walter guy looks creepy, but he seems pretty cool.
That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Oh, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
People sure liked him. I brought myself down.
Everyone liked him. I think even Dennis liked him somewhat.
He always had a lot of friends. A few who couldn't make it sent flowers.
How's the family taking it?
Joan and Kathy seem shaken. Kathy has a lot to deal with, now more than ever. And who can prepare for losing a parent? Not a soul. Not a single soul.
Drink? He always showed up?
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes, and drinking.
Toast?
To Nick. He was my friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Hear, hear.
Put that down. Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking? You have no control over her? Ethan can lose
I
his
wasn't
license.
doing anything. Don't touch me.
Joan!
Leave me alone. Ugh, you guys are all so stupid.
You do not talk to people that way. I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
It's Hugh.
That was quite heavy-handed. I hope the little one doesn't take it to heart.
Whoa, my beard just went back up. Yeah, Kathy was harsh. Yeah, Declan was harsh. Well, I mean, Declan was just doing his job. Did Kathy even really say anything? I'll shoot her a text.
I'll send her a text. Make sure she's gonna be okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. We did right by her. I'm here for you. I am the Godfather. I'm the Godfather. Forget about it. They'll be swimming with the fishes. Wow, what the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ.
What a night! I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding. Even if the years didn't smooth their animosity as much as I hoped.
Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh?
Hey, I didn't ask for you to be here. To come back.
I couldn't let you miss this.
You just showed up.
You can't see it now, but the guilt would have eaten you alive. You're back out in the world. Feeling emotions, fitting in, that's progress.
Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable.
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid. No promises.
Okay. That's very confusing. So it seems like we've got like multiple personality disorder. Then a little bit.
Hello? Checkout was at 9. Sir, we need the room.
No, stay out.
You have 10 minutes before we charge you for another day.
Oh, okay. What kind of monsters have a checkout at 9? What happened last night? Oh, my head. Pills plus drinking. That was not my best idea. Did I black out or what?
Huh.
Ugh, I can't think straight. I need some water on my
day,
face.
new pain.
Clear it up.
It's so bright outside. Okay. Pills. Take. No.
God, what a headache. I feel like a small jackhammer in my left temple.
Search.
Please let there be water. Is that... No, that's not water. That is vodka, the opposite of water.
Okay.
No water, of course.
Didn't even unpack. My jacket. Not fashionable. Currently stinks of cigarette smoke and beer. Okay. Alright. Get some water in my bag.
I already feel more human. Now, where did I put my shirt?
Reflects a face that looks like a stranger. Okay. Okay, my bag. I'm walking so slow. My bed's still made, at least they won't have to change the sheets. Where did I put my shirt? Hello, shirt. Can I move any faster? Oh my god, this snail's place is killing me. Shirt. Get dressed.
That's not good. That's... Where did I get this? What did I do?
Huh. Go! Into the beer! Nope. Wrong
Sam,
mirror!
be more careful. Breathe. Focus.
go, 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 go! No! Get out of here, mirrors! Get out of here, mirrors! I don't want you! You're all stupid mirrors! No! 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 Oh, shit.
Find the way to calm down.
Oh no!
Sam,
No!
focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself.
Oh my gosh. Oh, which fucking door? Wasn't that door? Ah! He's after me! He's after me! This can't be about the investigation. Nobody knows I'm doing it. I didn't ask any weird questions. It wasn't that one either.
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself. Samuel, focus. Focus on anything other than the fear.
Huh.
You're doing good. Really good. You're almost there.
Okay.
Focus. Choose. Act. Deliberately. If I run, I need to face what happened. Answers. Hide. It's never happened. Going on. Get far away. Don't think. Just go. As far, as fast as I can.
Okay, so this one's hide.
It's never happened.
Never happened. Going on.
Going on. If I run,
This was if I run.
I need to face what happened. Answers. If I run,
If I run, I'll blank to face what happened.
I need to face what happened. Answers. Hide. It's never happened. Going on. Get far away. Don't think. Just go. As far, as fast as I can.
So run something answers.
If I run,
Run, I'll to face what happened.
Face what happened.
Answers.
answers.
Huh. Run, I'll to face what happened.
If I run,
If I run, I'll to face what happened.
you face what happened. Answers.
if I run, that one's far away, as far away from here as possible. That one's hide. So that one I think is wrong.
Hide.
Hide never happened.
Never happened.
What's going on? Probably.
Going on. If I run.
If I run.
Face what happened.
To face what happened. Answers.
Answers.
Hide? Let's go with hide then.
No, that's just pretending nothing is wrong. I've done that enough.
There we go. Then that one then.
Get far away.
Oh shit.
Don't think. Just go.
Yeah, okay.
Hide.
Hide never happened.
Never happened. If I run.
Yes, answers. Good or bad, I need answers.
Okay, that was the one I originally wanted to go for. But that's where it was confusing. Okay.
I know what you're thinking. Stop thinking that. Pills and alcohol, you're lucky enough you didn't wake up dead. I need to know what happened last night. The last place I remember is the bar, so I'll start there. The squeaky nail gets hammered down. Maybe don't play lone wolf detective.
I'll be safer knowing. I'll be careful. I know how to blend in. Obviously, I don't know how to fucking blend in. Everybody knows me. I'll be safer.
There's too many questions about last night. All the obvious answers are bad, but worth knowing. Not all answers are worth knowing. I can't just run from whatever this is. So either help me or get out of my head. It's your life, Sam. I just live here.
Yeah, it kind of seems like he is like an identity disorder, kind of. That's kind of what it seems like. I don't know for sure. Things could be worse. Yeah, I suppose. I have no clue how my choices are doing. I do not think I'm doing a very good job at all. I'm a burpee. Burpee, burpee.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Do you really think breaking and entering is a good idea? Used Ethan's hidden spare key, no breaking involved. I don't know if he'll see it that way. I could wait for the bar to open, or I could look for answers. I picked the latter.
Alright, let's search for these answers. Security desk. Inspect. Family photo. Okay. Security desk. Stops most casual thief attempts. Take. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
I remember seeing this before. A long time ago.
Mostly untouched, low demand for it yesterday, which was soda. Ethan's accounts.
I doubt Ethan's account somehow led to the blood on my shirt.
Ethan's records, but I'm not touching them if I want to keep my hand. Okay, Cleaning products, not used effectively given the smell. know the taste all too well. Main room. Drink up,
Whoa.
me hearties.
What happened here last night? First, look around, figure out what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, buddy. Add clue.
I ended up drinking alone. So who brought that second glass?
Alcohol bottles, not sure which of these bottles was the mistake. Probably the first one. Baseball bat, possibly risky to linger. Cash register looks intact. Hope all drinks were paid for, mine included. Okay. Mop, Ethan tried to clean up before or after the incident? If you must, years, it should not be this. I don't know. I can't 100% read that. Next memorial at Cliff. Broken board.
Did I do this? Sorry, Nick.
Okay, arcade, play. I don't need to play yet. Let's move slightly connected to the fight. Okay, obviously, that's something. Add to
Who knocked this clock off the pillar?
What knocked it? You mean who knocked it? Heyo.
These were
Add
sent
clue.
scattering.
Overturned pub table.
Someone thrown into them? Ripped. Did this happen yesterday, or was it always like that? It seems there was a fight. It could explain the blood on my shirt. Does it mean that I was involved? I won't be able to find out without more evidence. He might have fallen off the table. Seems some people got rowdy last night.
It could have fallen off the table, but that doesn't mean that it did. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, gather evidence about the attacker. Okay, so... Okay, use new. Tara has no filter. She'd make a terrible spy or serial killer. Or maybe an excellent one. Maybe. Okay. Let's see. I admit that packing up and leaving this town would make perfect sense, but I can't. Not now. Not until I get to the bottom of this. Okay. I never thought he'd be like that with John. Things must be boring in Basswood if he needs the thrill of yelling at a kid. On the contrary, or the contrary, perhaps Declan's under a lot of stress. Maybe he is. Kathy and John's relationship seems fraught with tension. Okay. Ethan, small town bartender who listens more than he talks. Ethan's bar must be the only prosperous business in Basswood. What's the adage of happy families all being the same, while the miserable ones are miserable in their own way? It sure didn't take long for Ethan's family to develop their own brand of unhappiness. Ethan bought a bottle of exotic alcohol when he took over the bar. Was there more? Yeah, no, that was it. Jesus, man, there's so many people. Okay. So there's still more.
The flowers are ruined. Looks like they were knocked over, then stepped on. DG. Dennis's initials.
Dennis!
Was he involved in whatever happened? Wouldn't surprise me. Could be the same blood that was on my shirt. The pot was completely shattered.
Flower pot?
Looked like it might have been kicked.
Okay. Was I supposed to... Sticky fluid, dried alcohol, could be spills from more bottles last night. Okay.
He might have fallen off the table. Seems some people got rowdy last night.
Well, the one dude did show me that he had a fucking gun. So that's pretty bad.
Joel's hat.
Joel.
Maybe we ended up having it out after all.
Or maybe they all probably ended up having it out with me.
Chasing and being chased by ghosts.
Sorry, buddy. Just stepping on your face. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh! There was a big celebration at the Coal Mines Haven that Ethan took over. He worked hard there many years, and now he owned it. Classic American success story. Bar was packed that night. Everybody except Celeste, Ethan's sister. She never showed. Ethan waited for her all night. He planned to share some of the grog with her. Looks like Ethan kept a bottle after all these years. Proud of his day, and maybe he's waiting when him and his sister will laugh and celebrate together. Okay. Okay. Huh. I'm a little confuzzled. Who's Joel? Oh, Joel. Oh, he's that dick. Okay. He's that D-bag. Okay. So beer bottles, baseball bat. Risky to linger. He cleaned it up. Can't go into the bathroom. Yep. Table. Ah, here we go. Beer, empty bottles.
What
Look.
a mess.
Yep.
Hope this wasn't me.
Hugh's business card. Ah. Drink plenty of water, great for headache.
Hugh's business card.
Ew.
Wonder why it's here.
It's probably because he had something to do with
I
it.
think I've seen enough to put together the pieces of what happened last night. Just gotta think it through.
Okay, so, all right, let's try. Let's animate what happened.
At least I can always count on this place to make sense.
and yet it
Now
doesn't.
to work out what happened while I was blacked out last night. I just need to think it through logically, throw out impossibilities. Until only the truth is left. I know I got into a fight, but it could have played out in many different ways. I have to think it through, find out what really happened.
Started here. Well, yeah, because I was drinking.
I was drinking on my own when someone approached me. I can't remember who it was, but I know we got into a fight. Obviously. If I figure out how the fight went, I should figure out who my assailant was.
Towards the entrance. So, towards
Something hit the pillar with enough force to make the clock fall. The person thrown into the pillar would do it. Broken glass, damaged seat. It's possible the fight made its way over here.
So I think you went towards the pillar, because over here there was a little scratch, but there was more evidence over there.
Something hit
So
the
it went
pillar with
towards the
enough
pillar.
force to make the clock fall. The person thrown into the pillar would do it.
Okay. So pillar. Okay. Where did the conflict go? Towards the pillar. Towards the pillar. Yes, towards the pillar. Okay. So then...
The jukebox is not in the
jukebox?
same place. Maybe it was involved in the fight somehow. That could be it, but I still have to figure out who was sitting next to me.
So Dennis's bracelet was over there. The cap was there.
Looks like
Stage.
not even the memorial board was spared by the brawl.
We're at the bar.
One hell of a mess. This could definitely be the result of two people fighting.
Oh man, this is hard. Answer all the questions to form a hypothesis. But what if I'm wrong? So, there's a hat over there, which means I could have had multiple people attack me. So, us going from here to there makes sense. We hit the tables. Okay. The way that the table is hit, there was another table over here that was knocked over. Clearly came over here. It was knocked out of place, but they could have done more.
Looks like
I think it went
not
to the
even
stage.
the memorial board was spared by the brawl.
Okay, and then who's implicated? No, I don't think he was Hugh. I think he is the bad guy. I don't think it was Hugh. If it went the way of over there, then it Dennis
That's
makes
Dennis's.
the most sense.
I definitely wanted to shut him up last night. I have the complete
Validate?
picture now.
You know, the man who talks to himself has an idiot for an audience.
Fuck off, Dennis.
I see why you have so many friends left in town.
Yeah, you would know about that.
At least my best friend never slept with my ex. Who do you blame more, huh? The backstabbing asshole or the bitch?
Yeah, this seems the most likely.
You don't talk about Anna or Nick that way.
You think you know who Nick was? Mr. Perfect? Give me a break. You have no idea. No one in this town does.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you. But not here. Meet me later at the...
Ethan is coming back in through the front. At least I think it's him. You think it's him? I can't actually tell if you can't tell. What I know for sure is if it's Ethan, he may not be happy to find you here. So I strongly suggest you leave. And if you don't, well, tell him you're here to apologize about last night. You trashed up his bar and then broke in. Time to leave if you're leaving.
I don't know.
You'll want to apologize. Trust me.
God damn. Sam? You're not here to rob me, right?
I came to apologize. I'm looking for answers. Well, I am looking for answers to what happened. Came to apologize. Well, yeah.
Ethan, no, I'm not here to rob you.
Oh, good. I won't have to break your legs.
I'm here to apologize about last night.
Ah, I thought that might be the case. Don't sweat it. This place gets busted up once a month.
Sounds rough.
I guess it is what it is. Buy a bar, you gotta run a bar, you know? I'll take cleaning up your dumbass mess over dealing with family any day.
So, family trouble? So about last night. I mean, he would have the most answers for me. I'm really sorry, honestly.
Ethan, did anything weird happen last night?
Well, you and Dennis beat the crap out of each other, and then you left. And now I gotta clean it up. Don't worry about it too much. No one's on their best behavior after losing a loved one. I know I'm not. At least my sister isn't dead. She's just ruining her life. She wants to be called Kayla now.
Ruining her life?
Yeah, living in some commune. Dropped out of school. Life of a heathen.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, and I feel like she makes most of them. Sam, I got a lot of your mess to clean up. So if you could, leave.
I got places to be anyways. See you around, Ethan.
Okay, so at least we did that amicably. So we didn't kill anybody. That was a lot of blood, though. So, Dennis made the most sense. Because the hat in the corner didn't make sense. Hugh's a businessman. If he was going to do, take me out or anything like that, he would do it discreetly. Like how he probably did with Nick. I feel like they were doing some shady shit. Nick was like, you know what? I can't because I don't want my daughter to get involved, and was like, bruh, you know, I'm going to out you. And then that probably is what happened. Hugh probably has something to do with it. So Dennis said he had something to tell me. I wonder what.
Of course. I come back on the town's Miners' Day celebration.
Well, you always did have great timing. No time to dwell on that.
Focus. You tried Dennis's cell phone. No answer. So what now? There's that coffee date with Anna. Anna might have to wait. I want to see if anyone has seen Dennis first. I don't know, I'll play it by ear. Just remember she's expecting you. She's extending the olive branch. Don't drop it.
Okay.
I still have time before meeting Anna. Might as well ask if anyone saw Dennis.
Alright, so I'm going to end this one here. If you guys like this, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys have any other suggestions or anything else that you would like to see played, let me know down there as well. And as always,